chicken strip, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo.
All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll make it third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Yeah, the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Complete to Bryant. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He may try and run for this. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now, I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads. And you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Going for the deep ball. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now this time he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to... And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. They've got a 2nd down at 5 here to start things out. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Jones. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
He'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did.
Brandon, let's file this play away for later. Let's note this play because, to me, it's not out of the question that the decision to pass up the 3 there could come back to haunt them later on.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Again to Henry. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
He does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league. It's
a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Joe McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. A dump underneath to Jones. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half. And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting. Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation. And that's why it got knocked away there. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete to the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And it's complete. Henry. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. And that's it. Marvin Jones. Touchdown, Falcons. Marvin Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest. You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it. Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C? Run after catch. And he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time. That's fielded in the end zone. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back to throw now on first down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be third and forever. Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
Fourth down, and on comes Chandler Catanzaro for the Buccaneers' field goal attempt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So out come the Falcons now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They begin with Henry. And some room to work. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. From the gun on third down, Ryan. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
12. Ready. Back 25. 20. 20.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. 3rd and 1, Ryan. Throwing for his line back, and he's got it complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. On first down, Ryan. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now a long one for Matt Bryant. He's hit from 62 in his career, but that was all the way back in 2006. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken very short. Spins past it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now they toss out wide to Sanders. Room to run inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half, of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. This looks like a free play for Ryan. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on second down. This carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And this is incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They'll give it to him up the middle. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 3rd down, it's Sanders, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing on 1st down. Knight. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Knight. Forced out to his left. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And it's 3rd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
A gain of 13 and also the 1st down. Off play action. Knight. It's caught. Humphries. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Detroit! Gun!
To throw on 2nd down. Knight flushed out right. And that'll be Incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On fourth down, Knight, flush to his right. He's got his target, it's Cobb. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard fourth down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. Looking to throw. Knight. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range. And
the ball is knocked out. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
22.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Noah Spence in on the stop.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Back now in Atlanta. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
21. Get up. Wait.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Ryan. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. Matthews, the intended target. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. A gain of 3, second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Back to throw. Knight. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue. Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. Another run with Sanders. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Now Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Noah Spence in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
On first down, Knight. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and a big... turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A first down carry for Henry. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let him outside where they can really shred your defense.
And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Hey, let's go.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on fourth.
Ready. White 25.
The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. Sutton drilling it in on the left side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all of these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. He was looking for Matthews that time. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And would have really...
Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Ryan wants to throw it. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Gerald McCoy in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lenya, a little extra on top.
Bryant's extra point up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Falcons, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, Eddie Slim hopes they have.
If the squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah. Hey.